Here are 5 cheap tools all truck drivers should carry. This video is sponsored by Drivewise. The first tool everybody should carry with them is an adjustable wrench. Now these things are cheap to buy. They're about 15 bucks each, 10, 15 bucks, and you can use them on all sizes of the bolts on the truck. And you can use them to adjust your mirror brackets, to tighten down your mirrors. You can use them to tighten down your CB antennas, virtually any bolt on the truck because they are adjustable. A good investment, every truck driver should carry one of these. The second tool, a little more expensive, around $25, but worth their weight in gold. And one of man's greatest inventions, pair of vice grips. You can clamp this down on any bolt, use it in conjunction with the adjustable wrench to twist bolts and turn bolts, tighten stuff down, and they're just handy for all sorts of things you could never imagine. I once broke an airline in the cab on the driver's seat. Middle of nowhere, I was able to use my vice grips to clamp off the airline so I wasn't losing air, and I was able to drive on to the next town, buy the fitting in the airline that I needed to do the repair, and I wasn't stuck in the middle of nowhere. Handy thing to have, vice grips. The third tool you should carry, a screwdriver with multiple heads. That way it saves you carrying a whole handful of different screwdrivers. You can swap out the heads and pick the one you want. They're great for getting into the dash to having to do wiring, tighten down screws or something like that. They're just a handy all-around thing to have, and you never know when you might need one. One of the best uses for these, though, is to be able to swap out bulbs and headlights. It's goofy to get put out of service because you've got a headlight out and sit there on the side of the road or at the scale when in 5 minutes with a screwdriver you can replace your headlight and be on your way again and not be out of service. Great tool to have, about 10 bucks. Something else that's just handy as all get out are these zip ties. A pack will cost you a couple of dollars, and it's amazing how many times you'll use them. You can use them to tie up wiring, loose wiring, or airlines that are rubbing and chafing. You can use them to cinch up that. I once used these one time. I had a weld on my mirror bracket break loose, and the mirror was flopping all over the place. Can't weld it or replace the bracket in the middle of nowhere. I was able to ziplock my mirror bracket back together long enough that I could get into town, buy a new bracket, and swap it out. Handiest thing to have. The most stressful part of any truck driver's day can be getting pulled into the scales. Drivewise now eliminates that stress with their scale bypass technology, and it'll save you time and money. It works on most major ELDs or as an app on your cell phone, and why wouldn't you buy it if it can save you time and money? And right now they have a free 30-day trial. Check out the trial offer below. Fifth tool everybody should carry are one of these small mallets. Now most guys carry a tire bat. Yep, they're great for thumping the tires. I find that the mallet gets a little better pound on the tire. You can more easily tell from the sound where you are with the air pressure on it. But they're handy too for other things. They're handy just to maybe to tap something loose or give something a little bit of gentle persuasion. Tap something back into shape. I've used them one time when the armature on my starter motor went. I was able to reach in, tap the starter motor enough that it freed up the armature. The truck fired up and away she went. Just a handy tool to have all around. One of these will run you around $15, and you can spend a little more if you want a really good quality one. So here are a handful of tools, $67 roughly. You can tuck it all behind the driver's seat so it's handy, and these are all tools that will help get you off the side of the road. And that's way better than sitting waiting for hours for a service truck, because you're saving yourself time and money. And most drivers don't get paid just for sitting there and waiting for the service truck. So why wouldn't you invest in these tools? And the company will even thank you for that, for being a little more self-sufficient. Stay safe. It's not a big investment. Invest the $67. Keep the rubber side down. We'll see you on the back haul.